Hey everybody, it's Brandon again. We got a little different video today because this company, Minisopuru, I think I'm saying that right, sent me this in the mail, which is a triple display docking station, 13 in 1. And what interested me about this and why we're going to be doing a couple videos about it is that it claims on the box, and we're going to find this out for sure, that even on a M1 MacBook Air, which I'm recording this on right now, it can support 3 displays. Now, the spec for this M1 is that it can only have 1 external display. So if I can plug 3 into it, that would make this a pretty sweet thing indeed. Because I've been using this for a lot of my work with just 1 external display, and for a programmer like me, sometimes you want to have more than 1 external display. So we are going to be putting this through the paces on several things. But in this video today, I'm just going to be unboxing it, seeing what it looks like inside, seeing what all it comes with. And then throughout the next week here, we're going to be testing it on a Mac, we're going to be testing it on Windows, on Chrome OS, and on Linux. And maybe I'll even test it on an Android device and see what all this thing can do, because it has icons for all that stuff on the back, which we're going to go ahead and figure out. Because this thing isn't cheap. I looked it up on Amazon. This thing goes for about $200. Luckily, I didn't have to pay for it. But if it can do what it claims it can do, it might be worth $200. But we are going to find that out. And so let's just see what's inside this thing, and yeah, we'll go from there. I have not opened it yet. And I don't normally do an unboxing thing when I buy something because, I'm going to be real, I don't like watching unboxing videos myself, and I'm not very interesting to watch, so we'll see what you guys think about this. But here's what it looks like. It comes wrapped up in this nice little thing, and it's actually pretty hefty. Let's see what all kind of ports we got on this thing. So in the back, we have several display options for our display outputs. For display 1, you got HDMI. For 2, you got a display port. And for display 3, you can either use an HDMI or display port. We got an Ethernet port, which is probably gigabit. I'll have to look at the documentation for that. We have a USB-C that is supposed to connect to the device. We got our USB-C powered, and a 12 volt AC adapter plug around the front. We have USB 3.2, another USB 3.2, a USB-C port, a headphone and microphone jack, and then 2 USB 2 ports. So there's a lot of ports on this thing, which is good. More ports in the cheap dock I currently have plugged into the laptop, so that's handy. And what else comes in my box here? The power adapter, which you'll obviously need. And a nice braided USB-C cable to plug it into the laptop itself. And documentation. So we got the documentation. There is a software driver it says you have to install. So before I do the testing, I am going to install the software driver on this thing. And it actually has an instruction manual, which has quite a few pages in it, which I will look at before I do the actual testing. So, oh, and there's a couple more things. There's a USB-C to a USB-A adapter, and whatever the heck this thing is. So anyway, it comes with stuff. So like I said, this thing's $200. I did look it up on Amazon. It has good reviews on Amazon, so it has that going for it. I'll leave the link to it in the description. And over the next week here, I'm going to be testing it on all the different operating systems I have, which is all of them. We will be seeing what all it can do, what all it can do. The first time I'm going to test it on is this M1 MacBook Air, so subscribe and stay tuned for that, because that is one I'm most looking forward to seeing. Because if I can do 3 displays with this thing on this M1 MacBook Air, then I'm going to be using it every day, because you know, when I was using Linux as my main device, I always had 3 displays hooked up to the thing. But when you have to release iPhone software, you kind of are forced to use a MacBook, which is why I'm using this one. And this would make that a whole lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and look at that. If there's anything specific you guys want me to test with this, let me know in the comments, and I will do that. As I said, I have a lot of computers here, and a lot of things I can test it on. My plan is first to test it on the Mac. Then I'm going to test on my Windows laptop. I'm going to test it with Chrome OS Flex. Even though it doesn't claim to be Chrome OS compatible, we're going to find out what it does anyway. I'll test it on Linux. I'm going to test it on Android just because, and maybe I'll hook my iPad up to it and see what that does. So that's what's coming over the next week on this. They did send me this for free, so thank you guys. But if it sucks, I am going to tell everybody about that, so be prepared for that. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's coming for the next week. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe, like the video if you want to, and I'm excited to check this thing out, because if it does what it claims it can do, I will be very happy about it. So until next time, I hope you all have a good day, and yeah, goodbye now.